Om. Welcome to today our satsang. ओम सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। ओम श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शंकरं लोकशंकरं शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ओम समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम् सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। ओम अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देवा त्वमेव सर्वं गुरुदेव देव। हरि ओम। Let us chant the stotram. Sadhana Panchakam. Vedo nityamadhiyatam taduditam कर्मस्वनुष्ठीयताम् तेनेशस्य विधीयतामपचितिः काम्ये मतिस्तज्यताम् पापौगः परिधूयताम् भवसुखे दोषोऽनुसन्धीयताम् आत्मेच्छा व्यवसीयताम् निजगृहात् तोरणं विनिर्गम्यताम् संगस्सत्सु विधीयताम् भगवतो भक्तिर्दृढाधीयताम् शान्त्यादिः परिचीयताम् दृढतरं कर्मासु सन्त्यज्यताम् सद्विद्वानुपसृप्यताम् प्रतिदिनं तत्पादुका सेव्यताम् ब्रह्मैकाक्षरमर्ध्यताम् श्रुतिशिरो वाक्यं समाकर्ण्यताम् वाक्यार्धश्च विचार्यताम् श्रुतिशिरः पक्षः समाश्रीयताम् दुस्तर्कात् सुविरम्यताम् श्रुतिमतः तर्कोऽनुसन्धीयताम् ब्रह्मास्मीति विभाव्यताम् अहरः गर्वः परित्यज्यताम् देहेऽहं मतिरुज्यताम् बुधजनैर्वादः परित्यज्यताम् क्षुद्व्याधिश्च चिकित्स्यताम् प्रतिदिनं भिक्षौषधं भुज्यताम् स्वाद्वन्नं न तु याच्यताम् विधिवशात् प्राप्तेन सन्तुष्यताम् शीतोष्णादिविषह्यताम् न तु वृथा वाक्यं समुच्चार्यताम् औदासीन्यमभीप्स्यताम् जनकृपा नैष्ठुर्यमुत्सृज्यताम्. Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji, he is instructing some spiritual practices. One set of spiritual practices are for the purification of the mind. Another set of the spiritual practices are to clarify our thinking. What should we think? So we have seen many. In the last class, Bhagavan instructing regarding food. Swamiji, even food also sadhana. Bhagavan is saying even food also sadhana. The first instruction regarding food sadhana is don't neglect food. Then okay, Swamiji, it's sounding very nice. Don't neglect food, you have to take. But how to take? It is like how we take a medicine for disease. That way for this Kshuddvyadi, this Bhiksha Aushadam you should take. Kshuddvyadischa chikitsyatam pratidinam Bhiksha Aushadam bhujyatam. Every day treat the food as Bhiksha. And Swadvannam natu yachyatam. Particularly for the seekers, those who are sannyasis and brahmacharis, don't demand for the tasty food every day. Whatever comes in front of you, you just take it as Bhagavan Prasad. That is called Akalpita Bhiksha. You should not imagine so much thing for the food. This way I will eat, this way I am not going to eat. Don't give any kind of preferences. Akalpita Bhiksha you should take. And Vidhivashat Praptena Santushyatam. Be content whatever you get. Don't complain regarding food. This way we have seen. And many Mahatmas, they say, as the food, so the mind. In Gita also in 17th chapter, Bhagavan says, 3 kinds of people, depending upon their guna, they like that food. Sattva-guna people, some type. Rajoguna people, other type. Tamoguna people, third type of food they take. So food is also a sadhana. We have seen. Yes, Swamiji. Then Swamiji, today what Bhagavan is going to instruct as a spiritual practices. Today the first spiritual practice Bhagavan is saying endurance. Endurance. Endurance, the Sanskrit translation is called titiksha. He is saying Sita Ushna Adi. Sita means cold. Ushna means heat. Adi means extra. Vishahyatam. Vishahyata means, oh my dear sadhaka, you should know how to endure this pairs of opposites. In one word, this sadhana is nothing but endurance, titiksha. Bhagavan, he said, if something, it's very cold, you accept it. That is called endurance. Definitely it is not, it is not completely convenient to us. Even though it is not convenient, we have to endure that particular situation. That quality is called titiksha. Titiksha Mahatmas, they say Actually, we have to observe this sadhana, titiksha, in 3 levels of our personality. We know our personality contains body, mind, and intellect. In these 3 levels, for every sheath, 2 kinds of situations will come. In the body level, the physical body level, we get these 2, Sita and Ushna. Sometimes it is very hot. Sometimes it is very cool, cold. Mahatma say endure both. Array, in summer you are complaining it is hot, in winter it is complaining it is winter. It is the nature. Summer definitely it will be cold, in winter, in summer definitely it will be hot, in winter definitely it will be cold. What is there in complaining? For example, your countries, you may feel 55 degrees centigrade. That is the condition of that particular area. Because Venkata Chaitanya ji came to our city, it cannot be come to 36 or 34. Because in Vizag, they used to have 30, 32. No. So our sadhana is we have to receive, we have to accept, and we should not complain. Physical level, Sita and Ushna. Yes, Swamiji. And mental level, also 2 are there. They are called Sukha and Dukkha. Happiness, unhappiness. These 2 are the climatical conditions to the mind. Physical climatical conditions endure. Mental climatical conditions are, one is happiness, another one is sorrow. Swamiji, I don't like sorrow, Swamiji. If you like or not, it doesn't matter, it will come. Swamiji, I always like, happiness, Swamiji, but it cannot stay always. So we have to learn, endure them. Dukkheshu anudvigna manaha, sukheshu vigataspruhaha, Bhagavad Gita says. When dukkha comes, don't be disappointed too much. Endure it. Dukkheshu anudvigna manaha, don't get too much agitation. At the same time, sukheshu vigataspruhaha, if some sukha comes, don't too much elate. Endure that also. Be balanced. These 2 are the 2 climatical conditions for the mind. And for intellect also, 2 climatical conditions will be there. They are called, one is called mana. Mana means praise. Second one is called avamana. Avamana means insult. This insult and praise are the 2 conditions for the intellect. That rasa will come here. If somebody insults us, we know our condition. If somebody praises us, we know our condition. One saying is there in India, they say, if you want to get done something, just start praising the person. Every day you go and praise, definitely your work will be done. That is the power of praising. Even to please God also we use this trick. We praise so much. Maybe God may please and give some boons. Even they say Bhagavan Shankara, he used to do with asuras with this trick on. That it has its own power. So these 2 are the intellectual conditions, climatical conditions. One is mana, praising, another one is avamana, insulting. Both time, try to accept them, endure them. That is called titiksha. Bhagavan is saying it is a sadhana. Why sadhana, Swamiji? We have to put some kind of effort. It is not comfortable, definitely. That's why it is called a practice. It is not comfortable, even though we are such a type, such a way, we can endure. We can tolerate that condition. We should not be intolerant. Sitoshnadi Vishahyatam. Titiksha, this sadhana is called. And almost similar to Titiksha, one more sadhana is there in spiritual practices. We should not confuse what is Titiksha and what is that one. That is called tapas. Tapas also, as though it seems like, in some kind of opposite conditions we have to endure. But a slight difference is there, Mahatmas. They say, tapas is we impose that particular condition on us and we endure it. For example, Swamiji, today I observe upavasa, fasting. We have everything in fridge, Swamiji. We have everything in my kitchen, Swamiji. Even though I am observing upavasa, that is called tapas. That cannot be called as titiksha. Titiksha is, Swamiji, I am traveling somewhere. I am getting nothing. Still, if I don't complain, that is called titiksha. Nature is not providing. Conditions are suddenly becoming reverse. If some person, he can tolerate that, he is called titikshu. This is the difference between tapas and titiksha. Penance, tapas means we impose something that, Swamiji, today whole day, I will be in the cold water of Ganges. And you are enduring, you are receiving that Shakti. Some other, Swamiji, I am traveling. Swamiji, you don't believe so much cold, even though I tolerated it. That is called titiksha. This sadhana, titiksha, you must do. Sitoshnadi Vishahyata. Vishahyata means that Sahana Shakti. Sahanata. They say the role model for Sahana Shakti is called Prithvi, Bhudevi. She will endure all type of people, good people, bad people. Whatever we do as a mother, she accepts it, she forgives it. That's why this titiksha, endurance, we can see more in Ammas, Matrumurti. Swamiji, how she can manage, Swamiji? I could not manage, Swamiji. And do you know what is the secret of Ammas? Because of children. She is a mother. She knew, man, he doesn't know what is happening to her. They do everything to the mother, she is trained in that way. That's why we can see this Sahana Shakti more in Matrumurtis. In history also it is there. You take Sita Amma, or you take Tulsi Devi, Rukmini Devi. Ammas are very good in this Titiksha Vratam. Bhagavan is saying, take it as a sadhana. Sitoshnadi Vishahyatam. Don't complain for the pairs of opposites, whether it is in physical level, mental level, or intellectual level. Long back, once I told this anecdote regarding Pujya Gurudev. People used to go to his spiritual camps. That time Siddhabari was the just coming ashram in Himalayas. So all over the world people used to come and stay. If you compare with America or Europe, definitely Siddhabari is little hot. They used to come to Gurudev and they used to explain how the claim, what we call the conditioner. Swamiji, it is too heat, Swamiji, this way, that way, this way, that way, this way, that way. And Gurudev, do you know what he said? It is hot, full stop. Put full stop. Don't extend that paragraph. That is called titiksha. It is hot. That's all, it is hot. Titiksha means we have to accept. Don't extend that situation into the mind and intellect and the surroundings. In Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan, he himself says, who is the eligible person to get moksha? Sri Krishna's answer is, who has the quality of endurance, he is the person eligible to get moksha, not anyone. The Sahana Shilata, whoever has, that candidate only eligible to stay in the God's abode. And no other people can enter into the God's abode. Sitoshnadi Vishahyatam. Beautiful sadhana. Every day we have, it is not a particular sadhana, Swamiji, I prepare it and I do. No. The conditions will come uninvitedly. We cannot invite opposite conditions. When they comes, our maturity will reflect in the form of endurance. I know. Our children will do some gadbid. We endure it. Our office staff will do. We have to endure it. Our colleagues, our neighbors, everywhere we have to be with this quality. Otherwise, our relations will spoil. Our integration of personality also will split. Sitoshnadi Vishahyatam. Next. What is the next sadhana, Swamiji? That is also very practical sadhana. He is saying, Natu vrudha vakyam samucharyatam. Vrudha vakyam. Vrudha vakyam means wasteful talking. Vrudha vakyam means there is nothing in that talk. In modern language, we say it is gossiping. Bhagavan is saying, na vrudha vakyam samucharyatam. Don't gossip. It is also sadhana, Swamiji. It is the main sadhana. The sadhana is we must control our vagindriyam. We should not speak whatever comes into my mind. I pour it out, Swamiji. If we pour it out, they will use their hands. Because it is not good. Whatever comes, Swamiji, I have to speak. No. So, Swamiji, what should I do? You have to control your vagindriyam. That is also sadhana. Speech indriyam. They say, we have 10 indriya, mind and buddhi. Among the 10, the main focus should be on 2 senses. We have to control them perfectly. One is this vagindriyam. If it is good, we can conquer whole world. Swamiji, if he says something, everybody listens, Swamiji. If I say something, nobody listens, Swamiji. Why? Because your speech is that way. If you present in a nice way, people will mobilize. People will receive whatever you say. If you say the same thing in another way, I'm not going to do that. They don't allow it. This is the training. In Bhagavad Gita, it is said, Bhagavan, Sri Krishna Paramatma, how our speech should be. It should contain 4 qualities. One quality is, it should be Satyam. Always we should speak truth. From our childhood also, in our Hindu culture, we train our children. Don't speak lie, don't speak lie, speak truth only, speak truth only. It's a great sadhana. Satyam. Always we should speak Satyam, then it will be purified. We should not lie for anything. Swamiji, what is going to happen, Swamiji? Do you know? If we give the training to lie, then for unnecessary things also we lie only. We don't speak truth because we trained that way. If we train to speak truth, it will speak truth and it will be happy and confident. There is one kind of victory. We know that. Condition may be reverse, but we say, Swamiji, I did good. I know. Because I am truthful. If we are not truth at this level, what to talk of that Satyam? Brahma Satyam. So Satyam. Second one is Priyam. Priyam means we should speak sweetly. Some people, they may speak truth, but the way how they express is, it is Swamiji, very fiery. Bhagavan is saying, don't be fire on anyone. It should be priyam. Sweetly, you should express whatever you want to express. I have seen some people, they are somewhere very high level. But even though if they see anyone, for example, very fourth grade employee also, they call them as G. G means sir, Andi. They don't call as a singular word. Krishna, come here. No. Krishna ji, please come here. Priyam. They respect everyone. For small child also they respect. G. Sweetly they speak Satyam, and Priyam means the essence of Priyata is we should respect everyone. Yes, Swamiji. Satyam, Priyam. Third one is Hitam. Our speech should be, it should give some welfare to other party. They should not get agitation. Some people, they create agitation, even though there is nothing. Their presentation of speech is such a that if we hear that, we start agitate. Or what is going to happen? There is nothing actually. So our presentation should be, they should feel it is a welfare. Then they will start come to us. Satyam, Priyam, Hitam. And the final one is Mitam. Mitam means don't speak for everything elaborately. Mitam, precisely you speak. This is the sadhana for this indriyam. Satyata, Priyata, Hitam, and Mitatvam. This way you start practicing this Vagindriya sadhana. One man, this elaborate speech, Puj Guruji used to play two jokes. One joke is, one man all the time, if he lifts any phone, 1 hour, 1.5 hours he speaks. For anything also 1 hour minimum. His wife fed up with him. Are you for everything you speak hours together, hours together, hours together. She did not like his thing. One day, he finished in 15 minutes. She was surprised. Hey, my dear husband, what happened to you? Today you finished in 15 minutes. Then he said, it is a wrong number. Even for wrong number also, he took 15 minutes time. Elaborately, some people, they speak. For nothing, for there is no use, for there is no purpose also. They don't know how to precise it. So this is one sadhana. And one more joke he used to tell. In a colony, there is a club. In that club, 50 members were there. Because different family, one from each family, 50 members together, that is a club. Every Sunday evening, they used to put party. Party used to start like, at 7 o'clock and it used to end at 10 o'clock. They used to enjoy the party, all the club people. 3 hours, 4 hours. One day they finished that party in 45 minutes. And everybody went their own homes. And the lady of the house, she asked her husband, Sir, today you came too early. Generally, you come at late night after 10, 7:30 you are here. What happened? He said, today all 50 attended. That means, what they used to do, because 50 people are in that party, 3, 4 they used to absent every week. They used to gossip who were the absent. That's why they used to extend the party till the late night. He said, today all 50 attended. We just had our dinner and we came back. Nothing to discuss over there. Vridhavakyam samucharyatam na. Bhagavan is saying, don't use wasteful speeches. Moreover, take this speaking as a sadhana. That's why in our culture we observe one tapas for this, that is called Maunam. Mahatma Gandhi, every Friday he used to observe this Mauna Vratam, complete no speech, Maunam. And they say it will generate lot of energy in us. Because per 1 hour, how much energy we are wasting by this process, we don't know. So much we talk, Swamiji. If we calculate all things, 90% is waste only. There is no need to talk, even though we talk. So we have to control it. Mauna tapas. That's why we have to train it. We should not give the license to this tongue. Whatever you feel, you speak. No. And in our history, it is there. If we observe tapas for this Vagindriyam, the main tapas is speaking truth, Satya Vachanam. If any man, even Pujya Gurudev also in his one of his satsang, he told, if any man or woman, if they observe 12 years this Satya Vratam, 12 years matram, 12 years they have not spoken any kind of asatyam, only satyam. Do you know the result of this particular tapas? After this vratam, whatever they speak, that is going to become truth. That's why the rishis, they used to get that power. If they want to bless something, they used to say, tatastu. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Because they have that boon, that tapas shakti, the same Vagindriya. This is called Satya Shakti. We should speak Satyam always. We should not gossip. Natu vridhavakyam samucharyatam. Don't speak any kind of untruthful, useless speech. Swamiji, what can we call as useless speech? Straightly Swami Tejomayanji said, which cannot purify, which cannot give purity, which cannot give knowledge, then don't speak. So your speech such a way that it should give purity to you or to the opposite one, purity. Or knowledge, something knowledgeable, valuable, useful, then speak. Otherwise, Swamiji, definitely they will impure. They will impure our mind. So our speech should be, it should give purity or it should give knowledge. That way, we should train our Vagindriyam. Swamiji, this is also difficult, Swamiji, for us. Then he said one story. For a guru, one student was there. He is a gossip monger. Gossip monger, and they enjoy gossiping like anything. For nothing also they create something and they present and they do everything. This gossip monger student, one day he reached his Guruji and he said, Guruji, I would like to tell something. Then his Guru said, from where did you get this news? This boy said, Guruji, today market I heard this. Then his Guru said, Arey, I will ask few questions. Then you can tell whatever happened in the market. The first one is it true? Truly it is happened. Is it true? Then you tell. Then the gossip monger said, Guruji, no, Guruji, it is not true. Okay. Second one, by listening this, any morality I may get, any values. For example, we say some Panchatantra story, this that, it is not happened. But we teach to our children because it will give some moral lesson. That way, it may not be true, it may not be fact, but I can learn something. And then the student said, Guruji, no, nothing moral lessons in this one. Then this Guru said, at least is it a joke? I can laugh. There is nothing. If it is a joke also, I can laugh loudly. That also will little helpful only. Then this person said, no, then get out from here. Don't speak such kind of useless, unproductive talks in front of me. Try to learn, control how to speak, what to speak. It should be sweet. It should be happy. It should be truthful. Moreover, whoever not there, the black talking, this, that is not a good culture. Drop all those things. Natu vrudha vakyam samucharyatam. Don't encourage gossiping. That is one sadhana. And Goswamiji used to say, Bhagavan is saying, don't speak useless talk, he said, na. The connective sadhana for this is don't listen also. Because in speaking useless talk, two persons will be there. Nobody can speak alone. Somebody has to be there. So you practice two. You don't speak any kind of useless, unproductive gossiping. At the same time, don't encourage to listen also. Bhadram karne visruniyama devaha, Upanishad is saying. Hey Deva, please protect me such a way I should listen always auspicious words only. Because we know many families they broke, many kingdoms they broke, many persons they did suicide because of this gossiping. They present something, we broke ourselves and we collapse our life. Bhadram karne visruniyama devaha. Oh my God, Bhagavan, please bless me such a way that I should listen always auspicious news only. So this is a great sadhana. You both listening and speaking, both should not be gossipy. If it is a true, if it is a priti, hita, mita, then you can do. Otherwise, your mind definitely will be polluted by this kind of things only. They say something who is not there. They may not be such a way. And to some people, for some extent, they see only negativity only in everyone. Even the holiest of the holy person you present in front of them, we don't know how can they see some negative corners only they see, and they will pollute themselves and they start spreading that news and everywhere. You speak Sri Rama, you present Sri Rama beautifully, we don't know how they will coin something, and they Ramayana Vishavruksha. Arey Ramayana Kalpavruksha is the history is saying, how can you coin this word Ramayana Vishavruksha? There is a book in our literature, Ramayana Vishavruksha. How can be, if Ramayana is a Vishavruksha, then thousands of years people, how they are practicing, how they are realizing. If it is a bluffing, it cannot stay in history. So our heart should not become a Vishavruksha, it should become a Kalpavruksha. To make it Kalpavruksha, this is the main branch. Here we have to tap it. Natu vrudha vakyam samucharyatam. Don't speak any time this kind of negative, bad, gossiping. You control it. Satyata vratam you follow, then observe the respect for you in society, the gratitude from the people, and from your inside, complete contentment and satisfaction. Because you have not cheated anyone. You have not spoke negatively to anyone. You are respecting everyone. If you start respecting everyone, then people start respecting you. So from our side only, it should start. Natu vrudha vakyam samucharyatam. These are two sadhanas we have seen. One is endurance in 3 levels. Second one is speech sadhana. Swamiji, any other? Today Bhagavan is saying, and third sadhana is saying, Audasinyam abhipsyatam. Abhipsyatam means you should always expect one thing or practice one thing. That is called Audasinyam. Audasinyam. Audasinyam means being neutral. If two parties are there, one is good, one is bad, one is good looking, one is ugly. Generally, what we do, ugly, no, I am not going to make friendship with him. Why? His appearance, Swamiji, I would like to do friendship with this man or woman or some child or whatever. Why? So fair, so good looking, so, Swamiji. Bhagavan is saying, no. You be neutral for these two. See now, that means we can be friend with this ugly man or woman. We can be friend with this fair and good looking man. When we can do this friendship, when we don't have any kind of impression such a way that he is not looking good, he is not my status man, he is not educated, then we can accommodate him. If we have that feeling, we cannot accommodate. So whoever has this quality, being neutral, they can accommodate all. Otherwise, we cannot accommodate all type of people. But our heart should be such a way that it is ready to accommodate anyone. Actually, if it is good, if it is fair, if it is rich and educated, anybody can take into their shoulder. In the reverse side, if you can take, that is the glory. Swamiji, exactly, Swamiji, exactly. He is looking like that way. Still, I have a corner for him. He is bad, Swamiji. He is bad. That means I don't throw him. I have a room. He is bad. I have a room. That is called Audasinyam Apipsyatam. Sant Jnaneshwar Maharaj, Eknath Maharaj in Maharashtra, is a great devotee and Jnani. In olden days, every day they used to go to bathing in the river. So Nadi Snanam it is called. This Mahatma every day go to Nadi Snanam and come to bank and doing the Surya Vandana. This is that. It's very famous story actually. One day this Mahatma entered into this Nadi. He is taking his bath. Suddenly one visha, what we call insect, poison giving insect. It somehow fell down on the water and it is striving for its life because it is drowning. This Mahatma, he went for his bath and he has seen that insect and he collected that insect. But that insect, it is stinking him. It is stinking. So much pain is coming and it is jumping from his hand. But it doesn't know what this man is doing. Again he collecting and he is saving that. Again it is doing. Again falling down. So many times this struggle happened. Somehow this Maharaj, Eknathji Maharaj, he collected that insect and he put it in the outside of the waters. And the Shishyagana students, they are seeing everything. They asked Swamiji, what happened to his hand? Completely reddish and bloody and swollen. You would have dropped that insect. Why this much harm you did for you? Then Maharajji says, Are, if that Visha insect, if it is not leaving its nature to giving poison, I am a sadhu, how can I leave my nature to help the people who needs it? Even though it is such a way, I have a room. I can accommodate. That is called Audasinyata. Audasinyata means in society or in our house or in our office, everywhere, these two will be there. Some may be good, efficient, best workers, Swamiji. Some may be very lazy, escaping so and so, Swamiji. It doesn't mean I start hating them. If I start loving them, then I cannot be a great man. You may train them, that is different, but don't hate them. Audasinyata means being neutral. Swamiji, how can we get this kind of quality, Swamiji? Being neutralism. They say we must rise above our personal likes and dislikes. But we know personally we have some kind of likes towards something and dislikes towards something. We must rise above our personal likes and dislikes. So if it is whatever the before labeling, we should be neutral. This is called samatvam. If we project our like, if we project our dislike, we cannot accommodate. Whether it is a people or things or situations. So we should not project our like and dislike on each and on anything. Then this Audasinyata we can practice. Actually, they say Audasinyata, this being neutralism, is a great quality of sadhu. In Mahabharata, one saying is there. What is the definition for sadhu? Whom we can call sadhu? And we say, Swamiji, who wears Rudrakshamala, who wears Tulsi Mala, who wears Chandan, and we can call them sadhu. No. Sadhu is the man who doesn't have any shatru. उनको कोई भी दुश्मन नहीं, शत्रु नहीं. He can be friendly with everyone. That man can be called as a sadhu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu means who is sadhu? Who can be friendly with everyone. He doesn't maintain enmity, shatrutva bhava with no one. That sadhuta comes from this Audasinyata only. Otherwise, we cannot call them as a sadhuta. That's why sadhu people are very less. Sadhu people doesn't mean ashrama people. Anywhere they can be, but it is a training. That sadhutva training is we can accommodate everyone. We should not maintain any kind of enmity. In Mahabharata, Yudhishthira was like that. Opposite Suyodhana. Duryodhana is not sadhu, we say, because he cannot accommodate even his brothers also. But Yudhishthira is ready to accommodate even 100 Kauravas also. He said once to Bhima and Arjuna, if somebody attacks on even Kauravas also, we are 105. Don't count as they are 100, we are 5. We are 105 brothers. We all fight together. Whereas the Duryodhana, he said, even not even 5 villages, I don't give it to them, even the place such a way, even if the area pin touches that ground, even that much area also I am not going to give them. I am not going to accommodate them. He is not sadhu, he is sadhu. That's why they are supported by Bhagavan. Bhagavan supported Pandavas, not Kauravas. Bhagavan saves sadhu people. Audasinyam abhipsyatam. And the last sadhana in this verse is Janakrupa Naishturyamutssrujyatam. My dear sadhaka, you practice one more practice that is called Janakrupa. Janakrupa means, for example, particularly for the sadhu people, sometimes people, they start giving, so much luxuries. Because whether they love or they want to show, whatever, they want to give so much luxuries to the sadhaka. Shankaracharya ji is saying, don't entertain these luxuries. Janakrupa Naishturyam. Naishturyam means don't encourage. Utsrujyatam. Take that is also as a sadhana. Not only for sadhu, for anyone. Luxury life, it will kill our time and our maturity, everything. When Gurudev was a student in Lucknow University, as an young boy, he is studying his post-graduation there. In Lucknow city, one big lawyer was there, because in those days studying barrister is a great that time, before independence of India. He is a great barrister. Barrister means lawyer. His name is Shroff. And the whole city is very, very popular. Great lawyer, great lawyer, great lawyer. And Gurudev, because for each and every case, he used to take so much money. All big cases only he used to argue. So one day Gurudev went to, because he wants to study law, he wants to take his advice. Puj Gurudev as a Balakrishna Menon, he reached that barrister and he asked, Sir, I would like to ask something. He said, tell. What is the secret of your success? Do you know what his answer is? Work like a bull, live like a hermit. When the time of working, you work like a bull, 18 hours, 20 hours you work. But when the time of this comforts, you live like a hermit. How sannyasi people, they live with 2-3 pairs of clothes and little food and sleeping on the floor, whatever there, they receive it and they'll be contented. Live like a hermit. This is my secret of success. Janakrupa Naishturyam Utsrujyatam. My dear sadhaka, don't entertain luxurious life. Simple life is great life. Many people, they love to be simple. From our clothing, food habits, what the material we use. If it is something unnecessary completely to me, then they will avoid it. There is no need to show off in the society. Janakrupa Naishturyam Utsrujyatam. We can see more in our next class regarding